Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're going to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge XE9680. In this video, we're going to specifically focus on network cards. Let's get going. Hey, thanks for stopping by today to learn a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge XE9680. Do us a favor, if you find anything that helps you in this video, click that like, smash that subscribe. All right, so let's hop in. So in this video, we're going to continue our series on this wonderful GPU or AI server here. And what we're going to do is go over the different form factors that you can use. We're going to talk about the different interfaces, the speed. We're going to physically show you how to install them. I'm going to get my SD gear first before I do that for sure, especially with these boxes. And then we're going to put up a compatibility chart that I would like to put a call out to the community here, right? We're kind of a small community here. The GPU guys that are really kind of, getting their hands dirty with all of this. Drop a comment down below if there's anything that we don't have on our compatibility network chart. So a great example, ConnectX 8 just came out. I have cards that are coming in right now that are going to be those dual port 400 gig cards, but I haven't been able to put them in. I can tell you right now the 400 gig one or single port cards work, but there's other stuff that I'm sure works that we haven't had the opportunity to test. And really the whole point of videos like this is to help the community, for everyone to be able to use shared resources and drop our knowledge in comments below and just learn from each other. So enough said, let's get into the good stuff. So let's start with the form factors. So you can use a PCIe card or you can use an OCP 3.0. Well, how many can I use? Great question. So there are 10 PCIe slots that are PCIe 5.0, and they are going to be a full height or a high profile, and there's one OCP 3.0 slot. So the 10 PCIe slots that you're going to be using, 8 of them will likely be dedicated to each individual GPU, and then 2 of them will be for your networking. A lot of the systems that we're actually seeing coming in only have one network card, because when a lot of these were built originally, they were used for LLM, and I feel like a lot of people are now using them for inferencing, because this is still a great solution for inferencing. And when you're doing that, you're going to need all those extra network cards. So I do want to note, so let's say you buy one of these from us. We have no problem adding in cards and building it out and making it more complete for you, right? So if you buy it from us, we'll add in cards, we'll add in SSDs if they've been shredded, we'll do whatever needs to be done to get to what you want, right? So that's something important to note. Another important note is that there are 2 onboard, 1 gigabit RJ45, nothing super special, and there is 1 dedicated iDRAC port, but those are going to be your networking solutions as a whole. I'm going to throw in an important side note for the Intel Gaudi community, even though, man, not a fan of the Intel Gaudis, but if you are using them, 8 PCIe slots is going to be the max that you can get just due to the thermals. So do note, if you are using Intel Gaudi, it is only 8 PCIe slots. Let's hope you're using the NVIDIA H100s and H200s. All right, so now this is the fun part. I always like to help update Dell's spec sheet, or Supermicro or Gigabyte, or whoever we're working with here. But generally speaking, the spec sheets are a little outdated, because think about it, when they make the spec sheet or the data sheet, it's when the system comes out and they're only testing it with what was really kind of readily available at that time, and what was prevalent, and they, even at that point, it's not like they have everything at that lab to test every possible scenario or solution, or so I like to kind of do it in-house. It's fun for us. So that being said, when you look at the interfaces approved by Dell are going to be RJ45, of course, Ethernet, SFP, SFP+, SFP28, SFP56, QSFP, QSFP+, QSFP28, QSFP56, but that's not on there, but it will work. And OSFP, which is also not on there, will work. So according to their spec sheet, there's 2 that are not on their spec sheet that we have tested that do work, and that's going to be OSFP and QSFP56. And what's important about that is the next thing, and that's speeds. So when we talk about the speeds, there's going to be 1 gigabit, 10 gigabit, 25, 40, 50, 100, and that's what Dell's spec sheet maxes out at, which is crazy because even then they were putting in 200 gig cards back then, right? They were putting in 200 gigabit cards, and that was even when they were building them. We're now kind of rebuilding them and dropping in 400 gigabit ConnectX-8s. A lot of the single ports that I mentioned. Definitely can't wait to get that ConnectX-8 dual port in to test that out as well. And if you have tested out, please drop a comment down below. It'll make my day. But that being said, we're dropping a lot of the 400 gigs into these to kind of revitalize them and make them a little bit newer and nicer. But they're still really great boxes, and the return on investment if you bought them again 3 years ago is a hell of a return on investment because you're probably getting damn near 50% of what you paid originally back, and that's not something to sniff at, to be quite honest, because most of the time in the CPU compute world, you're not getting that. I'll just say that much. So definitely still a really good box, still sought after, and if you have any you want to sell, give us a call. All right, so now we're going to show you how to install both the PCIe card and the OCP 3.0, which will definitely be the easier one. But before we do, I'm going to grab my ESD gear and be right back.
Hey, this is Mason with Cloud Ninjas, and today I'll be showing you guys how to install your network cards, both PCIe and OCP cards, into your Dell PowerEdge XE9680 server. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, we have our ESD gear on, so it's safe to work on our machine. We have our PCIe network card and our OCP 3.0 NIC. So let's go ahead and set these to the side, pop our latch, and lift our top, just like any other server you've been in before. Starting off with installing your PCIe network card, the first thing you'll need to do is actually remove this panel. So go ahead and simply slide it back and lift it up and then set it to the side. Next, we will remove the cooling fans. So all you need to do is simply lift these two blue levers up to unlock the fans, and then you just pull the cooling fans up and then set it to the side. So now we'll go ahead and disconnect these cables from the back plane here. Make note of where these cables are connected to which port. That way you can reconnect the cables properly. Once that is done, we will locate these three screws here, here, and here. Go ahead and start unscrewing these screws, and typically you can do this with your hand, but if the screws are too tight, just use a Phillips head screwdriver to unscrew those. Pretty easy. Now once these are unscrewed, you can simply slide this part forward. Pretty cool, right? Now looking inside, you'll notice these two screws, one on each side. You'll need to unscrew those as well, and if they are too tight, just use a Phillips head screwdriver, but you should be able to use your hand for this. Now once those are unscrewed, you can go ahead and slide this piece back and lift it straight up and out of the server gently. All right, so now you have access to the PCIe slots. So the first, we'll go ahead and flip this metal tab up to get our slot ready. Now grab your PCIe network card and make sure that the leads line up with the slot and carefully begin slotting in your card. And once the card is all the way down into that PCIe slot, we will flip that metal tab back down to secure the card in place. Now you've done it. You've installed a PCIe network card into your Dell PowerEdge XE9680. So now let's go ahead and show you guys what it looks like when you install your OCP 3.0 card. Now in the back of the server, we will need to actually remove the power supplies by pressing the orange tab and pulling them out one at a time. And once that is done, go ahead and pop the latch and lift the top so that way we can get access into the server. So next we'll go ahead and disconnect these cables around this area. Remember to make note of where these cables are connected to and to which port. And then once that is done, you can take this metal handle and lift it like a hinge straight up. And then that will allow you to lift this whole part up, and then you can set it to the side of the server. Now when you take a look to this cage right here, you'll notice that there's this screw, and you can go ahead and easily unscrew it. Again, if it's too tight, we recommend using a Phillips head screwdriver, but it should be pretty easily done by hand. Now, once you have that unscrewed, go ahead and just simply slide this piece towards you. Now, don't remove it just yet, because first we need to actually disconnect this cable that's right in here. It's small, you may not notice it, so just be very careful and don't just immediately lift this out of the server. We need to disconnect this cable so that way we don't damage the motherboard or any other ports on this machine. This machine is very expensive, so be very careful and make sure you disconnect this cable here. So once that cable is disconnected, we can now lift this piece up and then set it to the side. And now you'll see that this air baffle that's over the OCP, we'll just need to lift it up and then set it to the side as well. So now we'll go ahead and take our OCP card, and then we'll mine this blue lever here and slot that OCP card in. And as you get about halfway, you'll just lift this blue lever up and then continue slotting that OCP card all the way in. And it's very important to make sure that OCP card is slotted all the way in. So you'll just have to make sure that you get it all those leads right there in the back connected to the port. And once that is done, you can go ahead and press down on the blue lever, and then there you go. That is how you install your OCP 3.0 cards into your Dell PowerEdge XE9680 server. Hey, do us a favor and click that like button and smash subscribe. If you're looking for any custom built Dell, HPE, Supermicro, Gigabyte, Asus, maybe you're looking for a GPU server, we do it all. We have both new and refurbished. So please give us a call or email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by.